Okay, so if I go like this, it looks like I'm not wearing a shirt, but I am wearing a shirt. Clickbait. Hello my friends, it's Nina, and for this video I am wearing mascara for the first time in a very long time, and I feel like a new person. Do you see my eyelashes now? Because I can. It's great. It's a wonderful time. Anyway, so if you could tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be talking to you as I give you a tour kind of thing of my sketchbook. I sat down and I found this sketchbook and we're just going to go through it together. So I hope you enjoy this video, and it's going to be a chill time. So get your water or whatever you drink. I really hope it's water because water is the best thing you can have for your body. There's way too much ice in that. Get some refreshments because this video is going to be very interesting and maybe a little long, so let's go. These glasses actually make my eyes really small, so I'm going to take them off. It's just, I just wanted to. Yep, I can't see anything. Okay, that was pointless. Okay, so this particular sketchbook was from one of my college art courses. I forgot what year I took art. When was that? Was that freshman year of college, or was this? It was my freshman year of college, which was last year. No, it was 2016, 2017. What year is it right now? 2017? This is what happens when you don't eat food. So this particular sketchbook is from 2016. It was my spring semester of my first year in college, and I took a drawing course. This was one of our assignments. We had to keep a sketchbook. The required size was literally this big. I don't know why. I don't usually work this big, so I found it to be quite a challenge to fill the pages up, but I think I did a good job. Not really, not bad. I usually prefer sketchbooks that are like this big just because it's such a big space to work with. This is 11 by 14 inches. That's what was required in my class, but I managed. So let's get started. There we go. So this was the first ever work we did, and we just had to do some still life. We did a lot of still. I'm already getting charcoal all over my hands. This is not. So the first thing we ever did was still life, and those are just some opera glasses or opera binoculars, something like that. We just drew a lot of vintage items. I think that's an Altoid case, and I just drew a little person. And then we did some contour line drawings, if you could see that. The next thing I did was a figure drawing of my teacher. He was just sitting on the table, just posing for us, and we just drew him. Next thing in my sketchbook is this person right here. We took a picture of just random people and then we just drew them, and yeah, so that's interesting, right? Now this was more work with contour line drawing. This was definitely imaginative. It was just for fun. You can see it here. So I just did more work with that. I really like to do faces. I think I glimpsed at people's faces in my classroom and I kind of just drew that, and then I made this piece. And I added some flowers just to make it pretty. The next page is just a collage of random drawings. I think I did this on the way to my class. So this is just more still life. I was waiting at a bus stop and this was in front of me, so I just drew this sort of lamp post, light post thing. I drew a mouth blowing a bubble of gum. I drew an actual chair. I think this was in my classroom. And then this, I'm literally trying to just see on my camera screen. This is the chair. So this is you can kind of see it. This was when I was in the bus. I drew a person in front of me, and I drew some chairs. I drew the back of a chair on the bus. I drew a tree. Is that a real tree? No, this was definitely probably imagined. And then, oh look, I drew a fire hydrant, and then I drew a street. So, oh, and this was definitely a real branch. It was chilling outside of my art classroom, so I just drew that. I really like collages where I just, you know, compile a bunch of images together and just make something out of it. So this was all literally during the 2 hours it took to get to my class. Oh look, it's got a little Troye Sivan lyric. So much history in these streets. Oh, right. Oh, okay, this is cool. So we also did a color chart. For this one, we did a 6x6 square, and then we just used the primary colors, yellow, red, and blue, and then we just used black and white. And then we kind of like mixed the colors together. We used Crayola colored pencils. Oh yeah, this was fun to do. In my drawing class, we really did learn a lot, so I encourage everyone to take a drawing class of some sort. So like a beginning painting kind of class. I don't know, something like that. Oh, I really like this one. Okay, so following the color chart, we had to do a sort of color design. So I did this thing, which I still like it. It's not really showing that well right here. So this is a 6x6 piece, and I basically drew all these lines kind of like in lip shapes, and then I filled them with colors, and then I mixed the colors together. And we're only allowed to use the primary colors and then, you know, blend them and mix them. So you got some purple there, you got green. And then for fun, I just drew these lines. I really like this one. I would put it on a shirt. That's actually a really good idea. I might put it on a shirt. I just drew some random eyes. These are not based off of real people, but I drew eyes and lips right there. People down there. More people here growing out of a flower. I was really into drawing eyes, that's all. Oh my god, I really like this one. Okay guys, hold on to your hats. I really like this one. Okay. So the next thing we did was a fantasy garden. As you can see by this label. I had to label all my sketchbook pages for my teacher just so he knew which one was which because he had to grade it. So this is my fantasy garden. It's got a greenhouse. It's got little garden boxes. This is like a pond walkway kind of thing. I imagine that it just goes around in like a square, in like a... Does this look like a square, Nina? Does it look like a square? No, it doesn't. I imagine that it goes around like a giant circle. And I just really like this one. I haven't colored it or anything just because the assignment was to use pens. So I used these fancy drawing pens, and I drew a greenhouse with like some cute succulents and trees. Oh god, I really want a garden. In the future, what I want to do is just print this out and kind of like color it. Because I don't want to taint it by coloring it just because I might ruin it if I color it. But I also do want to color it, so just remind me to print this out. That'd be fun. Oh my gosh, I can make a video where I just color. That'd be fun. Okay, so anyway, I just really like that one, but moving on. This one I'm pretty happy with. If you can see it, there it is. So these are a bunch of faces, as you can see. I think I kind of based it off of my face just by looking in the mirror. Oh, I'm so clever. There's my mole. That is me, okay. So I based it off of me. I added a mole, and then I just kind of like probably tilted my head in a bunch of different directions. And then I just drew me. And I drew some flowers underneath, kind of upside down. Got a fern thing right there. And if you flip it, there they are. I don't know, this one doesn't really make sense, but I like looking at it. Oh my god, wait, they're all me. Actually no, there's a boy up there. But like, there's another mole, but it's on the opposite side. I just like moles. Anyway, moving on. Oh! Ow! Aha! Okay, so this one, in high school I was in fashion club with my friends, and that was fun. So I did a lot of fashion drawing in that. But yeah, I just thought this was interesting too. Oh, good times, man. I had creativity. Okay, so this, so when I make art pieces, I usually kind of plan them out a little bit. So here, look, you can see my sort of, you know, process. There are 4 kind of ideas that I had. You can't really see it here. There's a box and another box, another box, another box. These 2 I was kind of more on board with, so I just kind of finished them up. So you could see rejected, rejected, rejected. Eventually I rejected all the ideas and went a completely different direction, but I did want to do like the whole red and blue thing. This was my personal narrative. It was one of my assignments for my drawing class, but I never went through with it. I even wrote all these little details, but I don't know. Your ideas always change, so no matter how much planning you do, you might come up with a completely different idea in the end. So I usually do rough drafts because sometimes you gotta. Look, my mole again. Literally, you could draw a stick figure version of me, but just add a mole, it's me. And maybe some curly hair, but yeah. Oh, I like this one. So I just drew more eyes, and then I drew Mrs. Puff. This particular picture of Mrs. Puff was my lock screen for the longest time. And one day in class, I was just like, maybe I'll just draw Mrs. Puff, I don't know. My lock screen right now is SpongeBob. So yeah, I drew Mrs. Puff, and I drew all these eyes. They just have different emotions. These are not real eyes, obviously. It's just cartoony eyes. But I did base them off of my expressions, so you know, this one's like this, and then this one's looking down, and this one's like startled, and this one's kind of giving like a smolder. This one's looking up. I just really had fun with eyes. Oh, okay, I really like this one. Wow. So this one is a mix of figure drawing and more eyes. I really liked eyes just throughout my life. These are people in a cartoony form. Obviously they're not real people, but I just drew a bunch of people. I drew a bunch of eyes with a lot of expressions based off of my eyes. Under this I have more figures. Again, these are cartoony, but I kind of like positioned myself, especially for that one. I positioned my legs and kind of drew that. I'm getting a lot of pencil on my hands. Oh, fun. Okay, that is a lot of charcoal. Ugh. That's a lot of charcoal too. Skipping through all these. Charcoal is like my least favorite thing. My fingers. Okay, so again, I did more rough drafts, and I had to do a sort of colored pencil drawing, and I kind of had to plan it out. I'm just using this because there's a phone number in here, so I don't want to reveal the phone number. So I did a rough draft of like a drawing that I was going to do, and then this was for fun. I drew some peaches with faces. I'm getting my hair stuck in you. Just go away, please. So I always do a little rough draft before I do a final thing. I feel like a lot of people do that, but if you don't, then I recommend doing a little rough draft. Just a quick little sketch of what you're going to do. And I also, you know, tested colors out. Sketchbooks are, you know, you can do anything with them. You can test your colors, you can do rough drafts, stuff like that. Oh my god, we're coming towards the end of my sketchbook. Oh, okay, I was actually expecting more, but yeah, okay. Oh! Ooh! Ooh, dang, okay. So this be another kind of fashion thing. These stupid flowers, man. It's not worth the aesthetic, it's ruining my hair. So I drew this dress kind of thing. I watched Crimson Peak a few months before I drew this, and I just had the lingering memory of Lucille's dress, and I just kind of based it off of her. But yeah, so I was really into fashion design. I just do it for fun. Oh look, okay. So if you remember one of my paintings, look, I have it. Here, hold on. So I painted this in one of my videos. This painting was based off of a picture that I had on my phone. So I just drew the same picture. I drew this one way before I painted this because I painted this for a video. It's the same picture, just different mediums. If you want to know what this place is, it's called Convict Lake. It's in California, so if you ever want to go there, it's really pretty. The water is like surreal. The mountains are beautiful, so I recommend that place if you want to visit it. No, I guess. We got 2 more things. I didn't finish this page, but it's just a singular eye, and I just never really finished that page. And then the last page is just this. It's just a girl, some plants, and then just the mountains. I drew these mountains based off my imagination, so they're kind of, you know, not really proportionate or real. Yeah, okay. But that's it for my sketchbook. Oh. So I ended with just these pen drawings. I really like pen. I think my favorite medium is definitely pen. Okay, so that is it for the sketchbook tour. But anyway, that was my most recent sketchbook, so that's why, you know, I like a lot of the works because, you know, they're more recent. So I'm realizing now I'm kind of actually running out of artwork to react to, so I gotta get back into art. Okay. But thank you so much for watching this video. I enjoyed speaking with you again, and I will see you in another video. Let me just take one last sip. Thank you for your time, and I will see you in another video. Mwah!